Good morning. I'm Reverend Kathy. Welcome to Unity North Spiritual Center here in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. Can everybody hear me all right? Okay. Well, generally we meet in person as well, but today we're on Zoom. So right now here in Minnesota, this part of Minnesota, we have, I think, 31 below wind chill. So we're very happy to be all cozy on Zoom today. So we're glad you're with us. Unity North Spiritual Center is an inclusive community. We welcome and accept all people. So whoever you are, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're always welcome at Unity. And we're also part of a greater worldwide unity movement, the publishers of the Daily Word magazine. And we've been holding 134 years of prayer vigil through Silent Unity, the prayer ministry of the Unity movement. So prayer is the heart and soul of unity. And our prayer chaplain today is Wendy Erickson. She's also our worship assistant, so doing double duty today, Wendy. Thank you. And also today we have our producers, Chris Taliano, with help from Brandy McLaughlin. So thank you both. And our musician today is Judy Venar. So welcome, Judy. All right, so before we do an opening song, all muted, we will speak our vision and mission statements. And since it doesn't work for us all to speak aloud together on Zoom, we'll just, you'll be muted and you can say it aloud from wherever you are. Please join me in our vision. Centered in prayer, we create for all a world of love, harmony, and abundance. And our mission is celebrating spirit, exploring truths, awakening hearts, inspiring dreams, serving community. And our values are at the bottom. And those are foundational beliefs here at Unity North. And now I invite you to join in as Judy leads us in an opening song. You can build it out from your home.
If you are searching, come on in. We're all on this journey that starts within. If you've got a burden, come lay it on down. Raise up your voices as we gather around. Wherever you are, whomever you love, however you came to be in this community, you are welcome here. Oh, you are welcome here. If you are joyful or you're concerned, come share your story. The chalice flame burns. If your heart is broken, you've been disowned, come join our circle and turn off your phone. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you came to be in this community, you are welcome here. Oh, you are welcome here. If you are running, marching for justice, candles lit in the night. Whoever you are, whomever you love, however you came to be in this community, you are welcome here. Oh, you are welcome here. Oh, you are welcome here.
Thank you, Judy, for the music. Good morning to everyone. I'm Wendy Erickson. I'm your worship assistant today, and this is the time in our service when we try to greet one another. And so today we're going to be doing it only on Zoom. So if you can, please turn on your cameras if you're able to do that. If anyone is visiting us for the first time, we welcome you to our service. If you're here in person, would like to know more about Unity, well, we're not here in person. Whatever. Make sure you reach out to Brandy, who is our admin. So we've got an admin at unitynorth.mn.org, and or reach out to Reverend Kathy. You can call us and myself. We are happy to help you with answering any questions you may have. And you can even call me. You've got my phone number on the chat line there. For new visitors, let's see here. Yes, and if you want to share your information as a new visitor, please do so with the information in the chat. It is private. We keep it private. It goes directly only to us, so it's not shared. We welcome you all, whoever you are, on your spiritual journey. We appreciate it. So now let's continue for prayer requests. Let's take a breath or two to further center ourselves. So as you breathe in, bring peace, love, and joy within. And as you exhale, release that stress, worry, and fear. Let it go as you breathe out. And instead of saying our requests aloud, we are inviting you to speak a name or prayer request silently in the sanctuary or aloud in the privacy of your home. Let us hold these requests in silence. And we give thanks in advance for answered prayer. And we say, thank you, God. And so it is. Amen. Just remain centered and still as I move to read our daily word for today, January 19th, 2024. The daily word is inspired. My words and actions inspire others. Today, I reflect on the clear vision, powerful words, and courageous actions of leaders such as Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I appreciate how one person's example can inspire so many others to move beyond the thoughts of limitation and focus on the possibilities for good that are always present. Inspiration can be thought of as the breath of God. I, like all people, am made in the image and likeness of the divine. I give thanks for people I have known whose vibrant faith and love, even in the most challenging circumstances, have inspired me. Guided by my divine gifts of imagination and zeal, I join with those building a world where each person lives freely and with joy. Then the Lord formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. This is Genesis 2:7. Today's daily word, Sunday, January 19th, is inspired. My words and actions inspire others. And now Judy is going to lead us in meditation to prepare, or lead us in song to prepare us in meditation.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. I'll go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
So I invite you now to close your eyes and sit back and find a comfortable position for meditation. And just begin to relax your mind and your body, taking in several deep breaths. And as you exhale, just exhaling any tension in mind and body. Saying to yourself, I'm completely and fully relaxed. And allow me to speak the words for you, taking them in as your own. Loving Spirit, my heart and mind are open to you. May your gentle peace fill my being. In your presence, I am the presence of peace. Inner peace is the essence of my being. My mind is calm, clear, and certain. I am comforted by your loving embrace, God. I surrender all my worries and concerns to you, knowing that your eternal and everlasting spirit upholds and sustains me in all that I do. My inner peace is strengthened by our connection. I let go of struggle, strife, and challenge in my life, and I relax into the comfort of your peaceful presence. Your divine essence calms the storms around me and leads me ever deeper into the place of perfect inner peace, where our minds are joined. As I focus my mind on your peaceful presence, I release all thought and melt in the comfort and safety of your love and the silence. The eternal love that God is quiets my thoughts and fills my heart and mind with inner peace. I am clear and certain in God's presence, and my heart is tranquil. In the face of any issues, any injustice, any problems I may encounter, I remain peaceful. Even when I stand up for truth in righteous anger, I remain peaceful within. God's presence within me is my source of perfect inner peace. I am calm and certain, sharing my inner peace with others wherever I go, knowing that God is with me always. As I go forth this day, this week, I know that nothing can disturb the calm peace of my soul. I am at peace, and all is well. Thank you, God, and so it is. Amen.
Open my eyes to clarity. Open my heart to understand. When trouble's doors are closing all around me, my Lord, guide me through them. Take my hand. Open my lips to question. Open my ears to your truth. When many roads to choose from just confuse me, my Lord, keep me looking till I find the road to you. Open my arms to your children. Open to my soul. When it's time to use my life to serve the greater life, my Lord, show me the way, let me know. Oh, open my arms to your children, open my mind to my soul. And when it's time to use my life to serve the greater life, my Lord, show me the way, let me know. Open my lips, I want to ask the questions. Open my ears to your truth. When many roads to choose from just confuse me, Lord, keep me looking till I find the road to you. When so many roads to choose from, they do confuse me, my Lord. I'm gonna keep looking until I find the road to you, to you.
Fantastic, Judy. Thank you so much. My lesson today is called Peace and Nonviolence. And here's one of those church bulletin bloopers. It reads, the peacemaking meeting scheduled for today has been canceled due to a conflict. So there was once a journalist who was assigned to the Jerusalem Bureau, and she takes an apartment overlooking the Wailing Wall. And every day when she looks out, she sees an old Jewish man praying vigorously. And so the journalist goes down and introduces herself to the old man, and she asks, well, you come every day to the wall. How long have you done that, and what are you praying for? The old man replies, I've come here to pray every day for 25 years. In the morning, I pray for world peace and then for the brotherhood of man. I go home, I have a cup of tea, and I come back and pray for the eradication of illness and disease from the earth. The journalist is amazed. She asks, how does it make you feel to come here every day for 25 years and pray for these things? And the old man looks at her sadly, like I'm talking to a wall. Well, sometimes peace feels like beating our head against a wall. You know, in 1997, Barbara Bernstein was organizing the Season for Nonviolence to emphasize the need for nonviolence in the world and to honor Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. And in the early stages of planning, she struggled with what to call the commemoration. And so she decided to visit the contemplative Father Thomas Keating at his monastery in Snowmass, Colorado. And she said to him, people are telling me that we should call this effort a season for peace rather than a season for nonviolence. They say that peace is a better word than nonviolence. It's more positive and universal. And looking at Father Keating, she said, what do you think? Should we call it a season for peace or a season for nonviolence? And Father Keating sat back and he didn't say anything for quite a while. And finally he said, well, everyone is in favor of peace, but not everyone is in favor of nonviolence. Isn't that interesting? So the time period between the memorials of King and Gandhi has come to be known as the season for nonviolence. That's January 30th through April 6th. Tomorrow we honor King's birthday. It was really on January 15th, so he would have been, or he was, would have been 96. And most everybody loves the idea of peace. No sane person would argue against it. But sometimes we are told peace is simply not practical. Some say it's often necessary to go to war to have peace. They spin elaborate arguments and produce colorful charts and maps saying, if we don't go to war, we won't have peace. On the one hand, we condemn violence, but on the other hand, we say there are some circumstances when violence is justified. The Dalai Lama says there is a Tibetan expression which says that an intelligent person can make anything seem plausible. At one time or another, we have all been on the receiving end of such an argument. We have all paused and watched the results of the violence from the insurrection 4 years ago and what came before and after because of white supremacy and racism in our country. We watch with sadness and perhaps some anger and feelings of helplessness. We've been moved by some of the heroism and the inspirational words that came as a result of that experience, that time. Yet even with the threat to our capital and to our democracy, we now have this surreal experience of an inauguration taking place tomorrow that doubles down on the idea that violence, divisiveness, sexism, racism, and white nationalism are okay. The dividing lines are very clear. What will it take? Also ironic is the fact that tomorrow we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. So today I prefer to focus more on the latter. Martin Luther King Jr. spoke of peacemaking in practical terms. He taught that the only road to peace is paved by lives lived in nonviolence in every moment of every day. King was the greatest leader for social change of his generation. His belief was rooted first and foremost in the teachings of Jesus. Jesus taught that there is no way to peace because peace is the way, which is why he did not say, blessed are the peace lovers. Everybody loves peace, but rather he said, blessed are the peacemakers. And in Matthew 5:38, he's recorded saying, you have heard that it was said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I say to you, do not resist one who is evil. But if anyone strikes you on the right cheek, turn to him the other also. King was inspired, above all, by Mahatma Gandhi, whose example convinced him that it is possible to achieve victory in an unarmed struggle. Both Gandhi and King, following the example of Jesus, said, if we all live by an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, the whole world will be blind and toothless. So King said Gandhi was probably the first person in history to lift the love ethic of Jesus above mere interaction between individuals to a powerful and effective social force. In Gandhi's teaching, he found the answer to a question that had long troubled him. How does one really carry out social reform? I found, he said, in the nonviolent resistance philosophy of Gandhi, the only morally and practically sound method open to oppressed people in their struggle for freedom. His method of nonviolent resistance was satyagraha. Gandhi said of it, it was a term I coined because I did not like the term passive resistance. So its root meaning is holding on to truth, hence force of righteousness. I've also called it love force or soul force, he said, the mighty power of truth to be set against the evil of falsehood. Just sort of take that in, feel that, take that in. The mighty power of truth to be set against the evil of falsehood. I have no doubt that most every person present today would like to change the world, or at least make a difference in the world. We're all called to a deeper responsibility for ourselves and our planet. Time and time again, King turned to people and challenged them to take responsibility for their lives. He said, if you want to bring peace into the world, then you must become peace yourself. The great peacemakers of the past did not refuse to face reality. They looked it square in the face, and then they practiced nonviolent action. Nonviolent principles go hand in hand with our unity teachings, which stress oneness and personal responsibility. So Gandhi and King were always trying to deepen their own understanding, their own spiritual practice, taking responsibility for their lives. And the nonviolence that they embodied was deeply rooted in a vision of the unity of all life. They believed strongly in the fundamental connectedness of all human life and ultimately all existence. And they began by practicing nonviolence within themselves. And this is a quote that's probably very familiar. King said, nonviolence means avoiding not only external physical violence, but also internal violence of spirit. You not only refuse to shoot a man, but you refuse to hate him. Violence against another is violence against one's own self and against the sacredness of life. It grows to the degree that injustice prevails. Nonviolence is the best antidote to violence and injustice. And when King spoke of nonviolence, he always meant firm resistance, the persistent and determined application of peaceable power to offenses against the community. There is absolutely nothing weak or passive in it. He said, nonviolence is a weapon fabricated of love. It is a sword that heals. Our nonviolent direct action program, he said, has as its objective not the creation of tensions, but the surfacing of tensions already present. Nonviolent action seeks to create constructive crisis and establish such creative tension that a community that has constantly refused to negotiate is forced to confront the issue. King told of the Birmingham, Alabama protests of 1963, when white policemen refused to obey the harsh orders of the racist police chief, Bull Connor. King said, slowly, the Negroes stood up in advance, and Connor's men fell back as though hypnotized. I felt there for the first time the pride and the power of nonviolence. That power was amplified by the television cameras showing the scene to the world. Because the Blacks were strictly nonviolent, they stirred the conscience of those who watched. It was the turning point in public attitudes toward the civil rights movement. Well, the women's suffrage movement was another example of nonviolence in action. They insisted on their rights and created a revolution in the achievement of their goals. They never once used violence to do so. They used lectures, writings, conventions, personal persuasion, letters to the editor, petitions to legislatures and the Congress, and other means of arguing their case. They never used pistols, fists, threats, or even violent language, though all of these were used against them. It took a long time. It's hard to believe that. It took 72 years from Seneca Falls to the first national election in which women could vote. And now freedoms are threatened again. Women have to reclaim their freedom, their rights. So this pertains to each of us today because of Martin Luther King Day and this particular inauguration day. We are called to remember and to deepen our commitment to love and peace and freedom for all. King said that genuine nonviolence had to be more than a practical technique. It had to be a moral commitment. It had to be a way of life. You know, there was an excerpt from the Los Angeles Times a few years ago, which reads, a woman apparently frustrated by slow traffic on a freeway in Orange County, California, took out a baseball bat and began swinging at a truck Thursday when she could not pass, authorities said. Then she hurled an aerosol can at the driver's door. The California Highway Patrol officer chased the driver, a 26-year-old woman from Lake Forest. He noticed her personal license plate read Peace 26, and he asked her about it when she was apprehended. He said, she told me she got it because she thought there was so much violence going on in today's society. Well, how many hostile thoughts do we have in a day? Finding peace within begins by learning to transform our thoughts, our words, and our actions. In the checkout line, while driving down the road, at work, at the dinner table, watching the news, wherever we are, wherever we go, 24/7, 365 days. Any thought that crosses the mind, if when expressed or acted out, would bring injury to another is a violent thought. So we can pause and declare, this thought is powerless. I choose love and peace. And we can remember our divine and appropriate anger. Jesus raged against the moneylenders in the temple. Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. were never passive, but they were fueled by righteous anger. We too can feel angry and stand up against injustice. You know, in contrast to the baseball bat story, there's a powerful example of nonviolent action in a story called The Garden. And I've shared this with you once, but it's a story worth hearing again, even if you've heard it before. Carl was a quiet man. He could always be counted on for an engaging smile and a firm handshake. He walked with a limp caused from an old bullet wound that he received during the war. And one spring day, a few years after his wife died, Carl read that volunteers were needed to tend to the small garden behind the minister's residence. In his typical unassuming manner, he signed up and began what was to be a 15-year job of caretaking the various flowers and vegetables in the garden. One summer evening, well into Carl's 87th year, he looked up from his task of watering and was met with the stares of 3 gang members. Oblivious to their intimidation, he asked, "Would you like a drink from the hose?" "Sure, old man," said the tallest and meanest looking one. And as Carl held out the hose, 2 of the young thugs grabbed his arm and threw him to the ground. The third grabbed the hose. As water went into the air, the men took Carl's retirement watch and his wallet. He lay on his bad leg as the assailants fled. He tried to get up himself, but that old bullet hurt more than ever. And ran to his aid, asking if he was all right. Carl wiped his brow and sighed. He retrieved the hose and he continued his work in wet clothes. When the minister asked what he was doing, he said, "I've got to finish my watering." Well, a few weeks later, the gang members returned. Their efforts to browbeat him went unheeded, and Carl again offered the hose for a sip. But instead of robbing him, this time they just wrenched the hose from his hand and soaked him to the bone. Then they escaped down the alley, mocking the elderly victim. Carl mopped his face and stood in the sun. Then he picked up the hose and continued to water his garden. Summer faded into fall, and one afternoon, the tallest and meanest looking gang member approached Carl from behind and caught Carl off guard. He lost his step and fell into some evergreen branches. Expecting another attack, he was surprised when the young man said, "Don't worry, old man. I'm not going to hurt you this time." He reached into his pocket and handed a small sack to Carl. "What's this?" Carl asked. The young man said, "It's your stuff, even the money in the wallet." Carl said, "I don't understand. Why are you helping me now?" "Well, you taught me something, old man," the young man went on. "I was running with that gang and hurting people. We robbed you because you were old and we knew we could get by you. But instead of yelling and fighting back, you gave us the hose to drink from. You didn't hate us for hating you. You kept showing love against our hate. I couldn't sleep after we stole your stuff, so here it is back. This is my way of saying thanks for straightening me out." And without another word, he turned and headed back down the alley. Carl put his retirement watch back on and his wallet in his pocket. He did not make it to the following spring. He died on a cold day near Christmas. Many people attended his funeral, including a new tall congregant quietly watching from a distant corner of the church. When a flyer went up to care for the garden, the young man who had returned the stolen watch and wallet said to the minister, "I believe this job is mine if you'll have me." The minister was aware of what had taken place with this young man. For several years, he worked tending the gardens that Carl had loved for so long. During this time, he went to college, got married, and became a businessman in the community. But he continued to keep the garden as a beautiful legacy to his old teacher. To be nonviolent, we must believe two things: that love is the strongest force in the world, and that every step in and towards love counts. Nonviolence is not about being passive or being a victim and doing nothing. It is standing up for truth. So let us remember Martin Luther King Jr. and those other amazing peacemakers who still inspire us. You know, I was at my last ministry, Unity of South Bay in Torrance, California, during most of Trump's last term. And as disturbing things happened, we supported each other in community. For example, when the Muslim ban occurred, people came to me and asked for a gathering to process and pray about it. And when the family separations took place at the border, they asked again, and we met and we shared feelings and prayers. And then a congregant who leaned further right came to me and asked if I would be willing to host a gathering for them and could I be neutral. And I responded that I would. There was a very small group and they never did follow up. But I offer support to you as well. As troubling challenges arise in the coming months, talk with me. Express your feelings and your wishes, and we can support each other in community also. Whatever comes over these next 4 years, let us each, in our own way, continue to stand up for truth, for justice, for kindness, for equality, and for freedom. Let every day of our lives find us growing in the ways of nonviolence, moving forward on the path of love and peace. May peace be with us all. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, I've been smiling lately, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's gonna come. 'Cause I'm on the edge of darkness, There rides a peace train, oh peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Now I've been smiling lately, thinking about the good things to come. Oh, and I believe it could be something good has begun on the peace train, sounding louder, glide on the peace train. Ooh, come on now, peace train. Oh, peace train's a holy roller. Everyone jump the peace train. Come on now, come on now, peace train. Get your bags together. Go bring your good friends too, 'cause it's getting nearer. It soon will be with you. Now come and join the living. It's not so far from you, and it's getting nearer. Soon all will be true. Now I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? 'Cause out on the edge of darkness, there rides a peace train. Oh, peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Oh, peace train, sounding louder, got on the peace train. Ooh, come on now, peace train. Our peace train's a holy roller. Everyone jump on the peace train. Ooh, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, come on, come on, come on.
Mm. Thank you, Judy. That's wonderful. We appreciate you sharing your gift of music with us. This is the time in our service when we bless our offerings. We invite you to go to our website, unitynorthmn.org, and find that donation button on the homepage and give your offering there. If you prefer to mail a check, please do so. You can find our address. It is also on our website. And now let us speak our offering blessing together. Join me. Divine love flowing through me now blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And I am grateful. And Judy will now lead us in a song.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, I am so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful, I am so grateful, I'm so grateful, I'm so grateful.
Again, Judy, thank you so much for sharing your gift of music. It's time for community announcements. And the first thing I want to do real fast is make sure people have still doing their little checklists from last Sunday. Remember, we were supposed to look for some things that beliefs that produce coincidence and synchronicity. Here's one. Yes, it's a senior citizen in a cool hat. There you go. You can check it off. All right. That's thanks to my hat. My mother, actually, that's her Red Hat Society hat. So for announcements today, I am their prayer chaplain, so please give me a call. And also, you can also give me a call if you have any questions about what we have here at Unity for anybody who's a newcomer. There is no healing facilitator today because we're not in the building. And that would work. That makes logical sense. Our men's group is facilitated by Nola Bean, and it is on the 2nd and the 4th Saturdays of the month from noon to 1 p.m. There's going to be 2 more meetings, January 25th and February 8th, and then a restructuring of the group will be determined. And you can reach Noel at the phone number that we have listed on this thing, 651-303-9264, if you have any questions. Our family table begins again Thursday, January 23rd. We're serving a ham dinner. And there's a sign up in the narthex. If you would like to participate but are unable to join on the date, please Kathleen for more details. Family Promise. Our first Family Promise hospitality delivery is coming up for 2025. We'll be collecting hygiene products for 6 families. There's a sign-up sheet on the Family Promise table in the narthex. And the items are due February 2nd. And we really need them February 2nd because Kathleen's going to be delivering them either that afternoon or the very next day. Thank you all for supporting Family Promise in Anoka County. Any questions, please reach out to Kathleen Bailey. And next Sunday, January 26th, we're going to be in service because we're going to have big number of pots of chili because we're having our cook-off. So we are not taking any more signups for chili because we've got like 9 people bringing chili. So there will be a taste test to determine a winner. And the winner just gets applause. Funds are being raised that will help our youth with their events and their retreats. So there you go. And we do have questions if anybody's bringing a veggie or a ground turkey chili. We're just curious about that. And that would be good because we have some people who do not eat meat. So thank you. Our annual meeting, please put this on your calendars, February 16th, which is Sunday. And also then in the meantime, it's annual membership renewal time. Please go to the following link and renew before January 31st. It's unitynorthmn.org/membership-renewal. And if you know people who are not online, please let us know so we can make sure we get them renewed too. We have a book study coming up. It will start Wednesday, January 22nd from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Zoom. 5 Sundays in a row or 5 Wednesdays in a row. And the book is We Were Made for These Times, 10 Lessons for Moving Through Change, Loss, and Disruption. It's by author Kara Jewel Lingo. The class will be facilitated by Reverend Kathy. It's a love offering, so please use that donation button on our website before the class each week up to 1 week after. We are living in times that require new approaches, new tools and techniques, and a greater commitment to spiritual transformation. That is what this class is about. The book can be purchased on Amazon. And we're going to read 2 chapters a week. So please read the first 2 before class, the first class on Wednesday, January 22nd. And you can register online at unitynorthmn.org/books-study-we-word-made. You'll find it. It's in there. And that is all the announcements we have right now. The next thing we have is our affirmation slide. Let's see here. I don't know if it's coming up. And thank you. We give thanks for all peacemakers. We practice peace and nonviolence. We envision peace in our country and peace in our world. And as Kathy said, we must believe that's the strongest force. So we will. Thank you. Now we have the prayer for protection slide coming up next with Kathy. Why don't we all say this together in our homes?
Okay, so
Okay, good. There you are.
yeah, I'm here.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody first. Thank you to Chris and Brandy. Really appreciate your support with this today.
You're welcome.
And thank you, special thank you to Judy Vinar. Wonderful as always. On Zoom, in person, it doesn't matter. You're always wonderful. Thank you. All right. And now let's do our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let